On the profile interview segment this week, I'll be speaking with the President General of the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, Prince Adewale Adeyanju, brings us up to speed on the demands of these retirees of NNSL, while also declaring a trade dispute between the union and the Ministry of Transportation at the federal level. It's good to have you on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Once again, we're here to discuss the welfare of workers under your union. This time around, the Maritime Workers Union has declared a trade dispute with the Ministry of Transportation following unpaid benefits of retired NNSL workers. Can you bring us up to speed on why it's important for maritime workers to declare trade dispute over these retirees?
Well, I think the issue has been on for almost how many years now. I met it on ground when I resumed as the President General of the Union, and we look at the files. We find out that the seafarer under the defunct NNSL, the government refuses to honor what we call court judgment. Because there was a court judgment against the Ministry of Transportation where the gratuity, including the pensions, was given against them, that the workers under the defunct NNSL should be paid. Committee, I was told, was set up where some were paid their gratuity without pension. As I'm talking to you now, we've lost so many of these aged staff of the defunct NNSL. And the only thing we can do is to declare trade disputes against the Minister of Transport, who had bent not to pay them their pension. So the condition of all those old retirees is so pathetic. Some of them have died, some are homeless, and these are the people that have put in their best for this great country, where the government failed to recognize the effort the seafarers have put in place. So the only option for us is to declare trade dispute.
We saw that you took that step to visit one of the retirees. From your conversation with the retired seafarer, how would you say they feel about how they've been treated by the federal government and other relevant stakeholders?
Well, to me, all of us, we are going to hold one day. Whatever they did to them, everybody will account for its stewardship. That's my belief. I visited their houses and I found out that the condition they have is so pathetic. Pathetic in the sense that some of them cannot even afford to pay their house rent, talk less of even eating. And their money is hanging somewhere and somebody is sitting on it. So somebody that are putting best for this great country should not be treated as if they are slave, they are slave in their father's land. So to me, the union were out to make sure that the right of these aged seafarers will be given to them. And that's our stand. So we are waiting for Ministry of Transport to do justice to it, because I learned the new minister has just resumed. So we're only trying to give him some time to study the file, and so that the rights, the pensions, the gratuity that remains will be given to all these people.
How do you think these retirees will feel if the union is able to get their benefit from the federal government?
I can assure you are going to get that benefit. I can assure you, because it has gotten to a climax where the union will not fold their arms anymore and wait for our respected seafarers to die without being given their rights. So we are out. So the option we are going to apply, we will tell the whole world very soon, because the matter is so pathetic, As I'm talking to you, nobody's happy about what happened. Uh, where people contributed to one particular area, and at the end of the day, their right was being denied. It's unfortunate. These politicians, I don't want to talk about them, but let me just hold on to the declaration of the trade dispute that we have declared against them. So we are waiting for the outcome.
It's over 27 years to be precise, that the NNSL was liquidated. It used to be a national carrier, and there were lots of vessels that it had before its liquidation. Of course, these assets were sold, and one will wonder why the relevant authorities decide to short pay some of these retirees of their gratuity and refuse to pay pension going forward. Because from the information that I have, some received as little as 17,500 then, some as little as 23,000 naira after serving for so many years. At this point in time, would you say that justice was served at the point of exit?
I think it was mismanaged. The asset then that was sold was mismanaged by management of NNSL. Labor first before you do anything. They're supposed to put into consideration of what belongs to them at that particular time. The naira as at that time and dollar, you cannot compare it with what is going on now. So they made a very big mistake of not recognizing that before, after selling the assets of the defunct vessels or whatever, labor first. They need to take care of the workers. But they didn't do that. What they do was to start telling the whole world that some of them are not staff of NNSL, but they have forgotten that they have what we call discharge book that represented the condition attached to being an employee of NNSL. So to me, they mismanaged the asset. Even when they sold the asset, do they not have it in the back of their mind that there's need for them to pay what belongs to the workers as at then? So if you are paying me 23,000 as at then, what is the current value of the exchange rate of that time and now? So 27 years ago, compared with the life that these people are living today, it's so pathetic, my sister. So the union were out to make sure that the right of those affected our members be paid to them.
Do you think that workers that are working at the moment will be discouraged by the way those that are retired are being treated by government and relevant stakeholders? Also, what has been the response from other stakeholders apart from the Ministry of Transportation?
Well, I think if you don't do it now, somebody else will do it better than us. But what we have put in place is we're putting our life on this matter. Yes, when you say decent environment, how decent is environment? When somebody are putting close to 27 years or 30 years in service, and when he's going home tomorrow, you won't be able to pay him what belongs to him. How do other workers that are still in the service, how are they going to feel? They will also feel the same thing that their past fathers, their past leaders, they were being treated as a slave. So the other stakeholders, the indigenous ship owners who have brought in their vessels into this country, that have engaged the seafarers, I think they should learn from what has happened to the defunct NNSL, where there was the mismanaged the company, and that is why the seafarer in Nigeria today is still not moving as other African countries.
So would you say that there is need for more training and retraining for those that are even still in the sector to be able to compete globally?
Yeah, we will be clamoring for that, that when you train me, I'll be able to train others, train the trainers. It's always our watchword. But some of the companies are not ready to even train their workers, but they believe in making money. And the workers are the assets of any company. If a worker that is well paid is going to perform better. The one that is not well paid, he will not perform. So when you train me, I'll be able to perform better for you to get more something better for the company. So we keep on telling the government or telling all the private management to continue to train their workers so that things will change, life will change. There will be a lot of improving productivities, but the way it is now, they are not ready to do that. But we are out for all those hiring companies that are not ready to train our members.
Okay, finally, I'm aware that those retirees that were affected by the liquidation of NNSL are about 2,000. But right now, as we speak, about 600 of them have already passed away. What will be the fate of those that have passed away in terms of them also getting what is due to them?
Well, I think they have their next of kin, which I think by the time they want to pay this money, their next of kin will be part of the people that are going to collect their benefits. It's unfortunate that the government who are declaring for more employment for their citizenry, they are the ones that are not doing the right thing for their citizenry. So to me, we want to tell the widows, because I met all of them, and we've assured them that whatever that belongs to their dead ones will be equally what given to them.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And that's all we can take on today's edition of the program. Join us next week for a fresh edition of the show. I am Sharon Ijason. Thanks for watching, and remember that labor creates wealth.